Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the mystical land of Persia, or should I say, Aria. Today we are taking a look at one of Ubisoft's oldest game, one of the games in the turn of the millennium that was so promising that it makes this French company so homme du fromage. They were the connoisseur of culture before their purchase. Prince of Persia was one of the most innovative games of the 1980s. It was the very first to innovate and pioneer the early form of motion capture. Jordan Mechner at the time, the creator of PLP, wanted a game where the movement of the characters is so realistically captured that the momentum of running is taken into account for when the character jumps off a ledge. At the time, he had to make do with a digital camera and a green screen with his friends, who will do a running jump and he will capture all of those in a barrage. Fast forward to the early 2000s, when the motion capture technology has started to become mainstream, if you will. Ubisoft decided to get their Ubisoft Montreal team to start developing Prince of Persia after they acquired the rights and make use of all the beautiful motion capture technology of the time. And today we're going to take a look at the original work. This footage that you're seeing here is actually modded slightly to work with the widescreen resolution because frankly speaking, I heard some very embarrassing news from Ubisoft. They canceled the remake.
Most people think time is like a river that flows swift and sure in one direction. But I have seen the face of time, and I can tell you, they are wrong. Time is an ocean in a storm. You may wonder who I am and why I say this. Sit down, and I will tell you a tale like none that you have ever heard. Know first that I am the son of Shahram, a mighty king of Persia. On our way to Azad with a small company of men, we passed through India, where the promise of honor and glory tempted my father into a grievous error.
No, my son.
Your Majesty, I trust you will remember your promise. The Maharaja's treasure vaults lie within.
See how he fights. Like a warrior son.
Do you think I felt regret as I gazed upon the destruction we had wrought? Or at least humility at the speed with which a world can be transformed from a good world into a hell? If you think so, you are mistaken. For in that moment I thought of one thing only: the honor and glory I would bring my father by fighting like a warrior in my first battle.
Ooh, look at that! Wall running. This was the first time when this technology was being used. This was when le parkour was being utilized for the movements of Prince of Persia. And look at that! That and Splinter Cell were the first games of the time to use fabric physics like that. Those were mind-blowing for the time, man. Mind-blowing for the early 2000s. The prince will automatically do that animation whenever he finish an enemy
Many
encounter.
men that day sought to win honor and glory on the battlefield, that their king might say to them, as Khosrow said to Rustam, "You are the noblest of my warriors." From the moment my sword tasted blood, I knew this would not be my way. I would win my father's praise not by killing, but by being the first to find the Maharaja's treasure vault and the wonders within.
There, as you can see, in this game, you can recover your lost health just by drinking waters, which is a pretty neat design choice. It makes everything in the environment feels baked in. Nothing feels out of place. Water, health. All the boxes, you can chop them with your blade. Simple. But obviously, as the first game in the series for the 2000s when people grew up with, and you can probably imagine that the combat mechanics was not as developed or in-depth. It would take until the later games like Warrior Within or and later the Two Thrones for the Prince of Persia series to develop a more in-depth combat mechanics. You can actually avoid fighting these guys if you're good with your parkour and platforming. See?
Shall I continue my story from here the next time we're interrupted? Done. I'll start the story from here next time.
This is something pretty cool, is that as you save the game, the prince basically narrates. It's like a 1001 Arabian Night stories.
And there it lay, just out of reach. The dagger of time. There was a treasure I could carry with pride as a trophy of our victory. If I could only get there.
Alright, so at this point, the booby traps are still fairly easy. Oh.
No, that's not...
A little impatient there. Ah, there, much better. Ooh, almost. I really dig this environment design. It really sells that fantasy of being in a fairy tale. I feel like a lot of games nowadays, the level designs start to get a little bit too mechanical, if you will. There we go.
Sand. I had what I came for. It was time to get out. Now.
Ooh.
Oh,
Father, I have brought us honor and glory.
Your Majesty, you promised me my choice of the Maharaja's treasures. That dagger.
surely you won't deny the lad a souvenir of his first battle. You may have your choice of all the Maharaja's other treasures. Except that hourglass. That will make a fine gift for the Sultan of Azad when we pass through his city. And some exotic animals for his menagerie. And a few dozen slave girls. Yes, that should be enough. I want no animals or maidens harmed until I have chosen. Let it be known, King Sharaman is merciful in victory.
Trust not a man who has betrayed his master, nor take him into your own service, lest he betray you too. I learned the truth of this to my sorrow, the day that we arrived in Azad as the Sultan's honored guests.
My friend.
My friend, your visit brings joy and honor to my poor and humble dwelling. If only you'd given me time to prepare a proper welcome.
The glories of Azad are famed throughout the world. And yet, the best is yet to come. I give you the sands of time. May the friendship between our kingdoms endure as long as time itself.
The sand, why does it glow?
I can tell you. Inside the hourglass is a marvel that no living man has seen. Alas, only the dagger can unlock the sands of time, and it belongs to a greater one than I. A young prince, dearer to his father than all the wealth of India. Perhaps he will oblige.
No. No! Stop!
Is it meant to do this? Alicia Sigataha!
Give me the dagger.
No,
You have unleashed the sands of time. I can undo what you have done. Give it to me.
I struck them down, they rose to fight again. I soon realized that only by taking into my own dagger the sands that possess them, could I liberate them from their monstrous living death.
Now, finish him.
Oh, more of them? It was that simple back then. Pure, uncomplicated.
Done. I'll start the story from here next time.
Well, that's it for today, folks. Hope you like what you saw. It was a thrilling opening. It was one hell of an
Thinking me
opening.
mad. I can see it by the look in your eyes. You think my story is impossible. Perhaps I am mad. Who would not be driven mad by horrors such as I have lived? But I assure you, every word is true.
I'll see you next time as we continue the sands of time in search of Farah. Until next time, people. Until next time.